Hey everyone, this is Jack with Quantum Conversation, and today I want to talk about time and time dimensions and how they may be altered in the state of a black hole, especially interrelating this with the fact that our universe may in fact be a black hole. Okay, we have a ton of people that have had different experiences that have changed that no one can quite really understand. People remember things being a certain way, and then history is saying, oh, it was never that way. And on and on and on and on and on it goes. I'm one of those people who has had those experiences. So, how do we explain that? How do we explain how all of this happens? And how do we explain people who maybe remember more lives than just one lifetime? Maybe they genuinely do. You can either call those people crazy, or you can start to look at this like a scientist and go, wait a second. If everybody keeps saying this, maybe there's a point. I mean, it's very stupid and naive to think that, oh, everybody's just wrong. Or people who did all of these cave drawings back then were just stupid. No, that's dumb. It's dumb to think that. It's smarter to think, okay, what was really going on here that made all of these people think that? Were they primitive in their mind? Or is there something that's really happening that is making people think that? That is the mind of a scientist. Okay, scientific method. That's what we need to be using. So when you sit back and you think about the fact that you have all of these people that have memories of certain events being one way, and yet the memories are not that way today, and there are literally no traces of it ever being that way before, but yet everybody remembers it. What on earth? Are we jumping through parallel universes? And if so, what is going on? Okay, this to me is where it gets fun. If we are in a black hole, then it would explain everything, as far as I'm concerned, as far as time travel goes, and the constant repetition of things, and yet the differences, okay? So, if you start at the top, it's like starting at the outer layers of the planet, okay? And you're spiraling down, and you're spiraling down, and you're spiraling down, and spiraling down to get to the vertex, okay? The tip of this black hole, which is where I kind of believe you probably get spat back out. If we're lucky, right? If we ever wobble down there. If we're lucky enough to wobble down to the vertex, we'll get spat out. Seriously. It's sort of like getting flushed down the toilet. Anyways, so it's kind of interesting to think about it, because I think of Dante's Inferno. You have like the 9 circles of hell, okay? Which is interesting because it kind of relates to the planets, if you really think about it. Anyways, the circles of hell just get, start at one layer, and they get a little more intense and a little more intense and a little more intense until it's like the worst tensity that you could ever get. In the same way, I can imagine the compression of time, okay? At first, bear with me, if we're going on the premise that we're in the universe that is really a black hole, and if we go off of the premise that an atom was split and it inverted time, the very first inversion, that first ring, that first outer ring, you wouldn't really notice much of a difference. You might notice a little bit of a difference, but not necessarily much. And then you would spin down to the next ring. And that next level is like another dimension of time, okay? Think about it. And yet time, because it is a black hole, in this dimension, not outside of this dimension, not dimension, inside of this black hole, not outside of this black hole, we're talking about this presence right now, okay? It wasn't always like this, as far as I'm concerned. There are other realms that are different, but right now, what Earth is going through in this place, this seems to be very much like a dying universe, a black hole, okay? With the sun as the dead star center. Could be wrong, but it's a fun theory to go off of anyway, so let's just roll with it. It's kind of interesting. So, you wouldn't really notice the first time you go around the whirlpool. Then you get a little bit lower, okay, and you go around again. Here's the thing. It's a circle. It's just going in a circle over and over and over again. So, as it's going in a circle, the events keep repeating themselves, okay? There are little differentiations, but not really. You might see different faces, but there are certain milestone events. The time just keeps going in circles, and the problems just keep happening that are the same. The difference is the days seem to be getting shorter. You're watching the sunrise and you're watching the sunset. And yet somehow, where you used to have enough time to encompass your entire day and get everything that you need done, and when there wasn't as much pressure, suddenly, as the years go by, the pressure increases. And time seems to compress. And yet you're sitting there going, how is this possible? I'm looking at the clock. I'm looking at the rising and the setting of the sun. And it is because you're getting closer and closer and closer and closer to that vertex. And then the pressure, the gravity is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay? So the harder that gravity gets, the stronger that pull. I'm sorry, but I really do believe that there is a correlation between all of these things. The universe is all interrelated. So I believe that time is also related to gravity. And there's probably scientific proof for that. Like I said, I'm not an astrophysicist, okay? I'd love to be, but I have so many responsibilities on my plate right now. We're lucky I'm even making this video vlog, okay? So mock me all as you will, but I'm saying I really do believe time is related to gravity, and that when you get outside of gravity, you get outside of time. There's a lot of other things that are interrelated. It only makes sense that the universe is completely, intricately interrelated. So as time is getting faster and faster and faster, you keep going and going and going. Everything keeps repeating, and you're going, oh my God, that just happened 2 years ago. Like all these events just happened, except they're a little bit different this time. But they keep happening. Like these same milestones keep happening around the same dates. Or sometimes the dates might shift a little bit, but it's still all the same, and it just keeps going and going and going. And sometimes the pressure is really just pinching and pinching and pinching. And that's because you're getting closer to the vertex, okay? At least that's what I believe, the center of the black hole. So when you really think about it, time and the layers of time could very much be intricately related right now to a whirlpool, a cyclical whirlpool that has some changes and differences, but not that many, while it just increases in pressure and slows in time till it gets to an exact point where it spits you out just like an hourglass into the other universe. So a black hole could be a portal to the other open universe. If you can get flushed down. Now, I don't know what exactly it's going to get weird, because there's like a lot of different things that you can talk about that could maybe potentially pull certain people out of it while other people are stuck there. And I'll try to remember that to talk about that next. So let me get out of this and then go into that.